Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michelle Patterson. Oh no, the hugger's back. How much did that cost?
You guys just met my new boyfriend over there. Back, ladies. He's mine. Well, thank you for the opportunity to chat with you. And I'm pretty fired up because back in September, I was sitting exactly where you are sitting. I met Mr. Rockstar at that time, and I was a complete distraction. And I'm going to tell you why. Not by choice, pretty exciting stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. I want you to imagine this. We've all had these situations, whether it be we're waiting on somebody to show up. So imagine you're getting ready for the prom. And you've bought your dress. You saved up your money, and it's a gorgeous dress. You got your makeup done, gentlemen. You're looking pretty good. And you are all ready. You're sitting in the living room, and you're waiting for your prom date to show up. And you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting. And your dad's there, and he's taking pictures. And you're still waiting, and you're waiting. And that prom date does not show up. Okay? That is gotta be the worst feeling. Wouldn't you guys agree? All right, that's the worst. And let me tell you, John Fishbeck, I have not forgotten. And, all right, fine, it might be because, I was wearing a little headgear and my dad was a cop. I'm the oldest girl, didn't have very many dates. Fine, I'll give you a little bit. But the worst is waiting and not having somebody show up. That is what I do. I get people to show up. I am the consummate promoter. I was born this way. I get out, my husband will tell you, there's 3 forms of advertisement, the telephone, the television, and tell Michelle. So let me talk to you about what I do. My company is EventComplete, and what we do is we do all the event marketing in order to make sure that you're not sitting waiting for your prom date when nobody shows. You do what you do so well. You show up and you provide that content. What we do is we make sure that everybody knows about you. Anybody, and I say this only because I can do these events in my sleep. I've hosted the President of the United States, had a function. I went to Loyola Marymount. That was my first big introduction. It's like, let's start big. I'm going to have the president, I'll have him speak. And he came, which was pretty cool. So my comment to you is this. You do what you do really well, and talk to us, and we will go ahead and we will round up the troops. So let me tell you about the comment that I made earlier, and that was I was just a distraction. So we became really talented at doing event marketing and making sure through social media, through registration, through our invitations, everything that fell under that realm. And one of the things that's out there is this phenomenon. It's this crazy thing called Groupon. And so being the expert in event marketing, I said, all right, it's going to be time for me to really get familiar with what this is all about. So around September, we had done a few Groupon drops. And does anybody know what that means when I say a Groupon drop? Okay, so Groupon is, it literally means coupon, group, and coupon, Groupon. So what happens is if you get enough people interested in your product, that product or restaurant or service, it tips. So there's this big push to get others excited about your offer, which is being showcased on Groupon. So we're here at this workshop. I'm learning, just like you guys are learning, about how to write a book and how to market your business. And so I'm sitting, and I wasn't in the back, which I should have put myself in the back, and I'm sitting there, and we just dropped a project, a workshop called Capturing True Emotion. which our photographers will be there, and they're over there as well. So it gets dropped, and lo and behold, it's a beautiful experience. My BlackBerry starts lighting up. I mean, it literally is on fire. We drop this Groupon, and we sell 3,776 photography classes. Crazy. Literally, I had to make it so my BlackBerry, I turned it off because it just was going crazy. So as we're sitting here, and it was surreal, I'm sitting in the crowd, I'm listening to Craig talk, I'm naming my book, because again, we had figured out the secret in the whole process for working with Groupon, which, by the way, there's about 500 competitors out there, so clearly the old entertainment books that our moms used to use, that's what's happening, is people are looking for those opportunities and those deals. So where we came is we started specializing in an edutainment factor. So you had education and you had entertainment meet. So back to these workshops, I called Groupon and I said, listen, if we break the all-time record, like if we hit the ball out of the park, I'm gonna fly from here to Chicago. And I'm flying there and I wanna meet the CEO, and
I don't want to lose where I am.
I'm writing a book, because I just decided from this workshop, called How to Get Your Groupon. And clearly I was thinking I was all that in a bag of chips, because I'm calling him up, telling him, this was going to happen. Well, it happens. We break the record, and we book the flight, and Val Westover and Stephanie Adriana and Sue Shaver, who's back there, and myself jump on a plane, and we head out there. And so I'm going to tell you a little something. It's called marketing plan, okay? If you show up and you don't have a plan, other people will create your plan, okay? So don't do that. Show up with a plan. So I'm on the plane, and I had just decided, again, I'm going to write a book. So that was number one. Number two was I'm going to interview the CEO, Andrew Mason. Thought that would be kind of cool because it would go well with my book. The third thing is I thought, you know what my book needs? My book needs, I need the training manual. Kind of an insider's guide. My book is really getting fat. So I need that. So I need the training guide. And as I'm learning and reading about Groupon, I thought, you know what would be really nice too is there's this guy that they call him the restaurant ambassador. I kind of like that title. That would be a cool title. Event ambassador. And I read it. So there I am on the plane. My team is thinking, okay, here she goes. I mean, I was deliberate, very deliberate. I wrote those 4 things down, and we headed off to Chicago. So we land in Chicago, and clearly we're all riding a high because we just sold 3,776. And by the way, that would be for photography workshops with a safari. I mean, they're pretty awesome. But again, 3,776. Last Sunday, by the way, we did 450 at one class. Okay, pretty impressive. So we get off the plane, we're fired up, we head on over, we get there, and Groupon has a fire drill for their building. They clear out the building, everyone's downstairs, and I'm doing one of these. Andrew Mason's got to come out of the building. So beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. Literally walk over to him. I throw the flip, which, by the way, marketing, always, always, always charge that flip, okay? Have that flip ready to go wherever you go. You will be amazed at some of the footage that you get when you are prepared and going in with a plan of action. So I send it over there. I walk up to Andrew Mason. Andrew Mason, my name is Michelle Patterson. I'm the CEO of EventComplete, and we broke the record. He goes, I'm very aware of that. Congratulations. We start chit-chatting it up. I said, can I get an interview with you? Next thing you know, we've got that booked. We're on our way for an interview. We then leave there. They ask us to come and speak to their entire audience of Groupon employees, which was really exciting. And then after that, they said, can you meet with our number 2 guy? Love that. We sit down. I tell them, this is the things that we're working on at EventComplete. This is what we're doing. He says, we would like to do a thing called Groupon experiences. Clearly, you guys know what you're doing. Are you interested? Absolutely. So we start talking. We have since rolled out Rolling Sushi Workshop. Okay, super fun. Look for them. We've rolled out Uncorked, which is a wine tasting event that's all over the country right now. I love wine, by the way, but couldn't train it to save my life. Now I can. Wrote a book. Thank you, Craig. So he then looks at me and he says, is there anything else? Anything else we can do? I said, well, you know what? I kind of like this title called Event Ambassador. I saw you guys have a restaurant ambassador. He goes, done. So needless to say, I'm feeling pretty excited. I'm going literally through my checklist. All right, next. I'm sitting there, and I'll tell you the funny thing. I'm sitting there, and I'm talking to Andrew Mason, and I look at him. I said, and by the way, if you guys want to get an idea, who's seen the book, the Facebook movie? Okay? It is hilarious. These people, no joke, everyone in the company is 12. No. They literally, and I just celebrated 40, so I'm loving it. 40 is awesome. So I'm literally walking around going, all right, I thought I was all that, pretty hip. I am so old. Not as old as Tom, though, but oh.
Who's Tom?
So I'm talking to him, and they are literally, the entire company is 20. Andrew Mason's 29. So I look at him, I said, Andrew, so I heard you just got engaged, pretty exciting. And he goes, oh yeah, I met this chick at a bar, and she was digging on me, and I go, did you tell her you had some great coupons and deals? And he's like, yeah. So we were getting a kick out of him. He goes, no, seriously, but a very, just a great group of individuals. They're obviously getting things done. They just turned down Google for $6 billion, and they're rated the fastest growing company historically. Like, pretty cool. If I just am a little flea and ride their coattail, I'm happy with that. So long story short, we're headed back. We're getting, we're at the elevator. We're now late for the flight. Interview went well. You can check it out on YouTube. And what's the other thing that's on my list? The last bit. What do I not have? The manual. You gotta have the manual, because I'm an insider. I'm like in with them, okay? At least that's what I'm telling them. This is how this is gonna play out. So I tell these guys, I gotta go back. And they're like, Patterson, the flight, I'll be back. I run over, and there's the sales manager. And I walk up to him, and he goes, yeah, I need to get the sales manual. And he looks at me, and he goes, no, I can't give you that. And I said, oh, I'm the event ambassador. I'm supposed to have that. And I just got done interviewing Andrew Mason, this, that. Oh, okay, here you go. Passes it over. So, like a fat cat, I'm walking back, I get in the taxi, they're looking at me and they're shaking their head going, unflippin' believable. Unbelievable. Again, not that, I asked the best way or anything, but what did I have going into it? Balls? Well, I have been told that before, but but maybe what else did I have beside that? I had a plan, and I knew where I was going. So with that, I wanted to tell you, and this is hot off the press, so thank you, Matt. These books are 2 books. I called up Craig, and Craig goes, I go, yeah, I'm done, I'm finishing my books. He goes, okay, nobody gets them done that fast. I go, it says 30 days, like I followed your plan. The plan said 30 days. So pretty exciting stuff. I will tell you, I've got some phenomenal people that are my clients that I get to work with. So Missy Bystrom, girlfriend, we are going to town with organization, and she's actually organized me, so she's amazing. We've got Adam Mace over here. Okay, if you guys get a chance just to go up and touch him, okay, he is freaking the Midas touch. So we've got him actually all over the country now doing Groupon. All right, Tom Antion, the legend. So we've got butts in the seats that we're working on. as well. And there's a few others, but again, a lot of exciting things. I feel like we've definitely mastered this. My book is $1,000, okay? But today, for you, and I will tell you, this is literally, I have not sold one yet because I've been holding out. All right, do I got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, oh, 100, 100, 100, 100. Oh, you got it? Oh, all right, you're my first one. Can I sign it? Can I have it back? My sign kind of, all right. Thank you. So again, this book, literally, if you want the manual, if you want the how-tos, if you want to know exactly what to do so that you set yourself up for success, I have, how many did we bring, Sue? I've got 150. Okay, well, I've got 12. No. They're $10 each and $15 for both. And I would buy my own book, put it that way. I would seriously buy this. And as I do these workshops, I refer to this all the time because all the worksheets and everything are in there. So, Craig, thank you. Thank you. So, very exciting, all the stuff that's happening. Good day.